Yeah, look, happy Monday to each and everyone. Happy Monday, happy Monday. Blessing to each and everyone coming over here again on the channel. Really appreciate it as we can finally say club football return back over the weekend. Now we can slightly looking behind of us of the abysmal of what happened, in November window, but we still reminisce on it. Yeah, but finally we can come here again and recapping what the boys have done over the weekend. You understand? I'm going to recap what the boys have done over the weekend. So it's a little mental break from the travesty that happened in the November window. You understand? So still a little bit of pain going through our body of the failure of not getting the automatically qualifying spot. So nevertheless, we know at one point we're going to have to return back to this segment of recapping what the boys doing, at their club level. And I can say that, players keeping up their good standard at their club. And also it's a good look. You understand? It's a good look. But the Morning Insider show is here again. Happy Monday again to each and everyone. It's a Monday morning. How was your weekend? What you did your club team, make you smile over the weekend? Or maybe if you was a Liverpool fan or a Tottenham fan, what is it? It's just pain, like a painkiller. You understand? If he's a Man City fan, I think I've probably know, like, not know personally, but I know one guy I used to go to school with, a high school friend, knows him as a Man City fan, and also, one of the biggest commenter them, one of the biggest reggae boy fan them come on reggae boys forums, YouTube, radio, Danny Dread, Man City man, not enjoying the best of weekend as well. You understand? But now we can look forward, to recap the boys, what they did, over the weekend at their club. But this is what the Reggae Boys fans was hoping for. I would have loved to see what would have been the aftermath after that Curacao game. And this is what is happening over the few days, especially last week, Tuesday. That's what happened. Yes, and that's what happened in 80. Look at the footage on the screen. That's a marching. Yeah, remember, Haiti is going through some serious turmoil at this moment. Some whole heap of problem. You're talking about people are dying from malnutrition. When you're talking about the gang violence, when you're talking about people are just surviving off just a $1 US per day and even less. You understand? So that's what it means to qualify for a World Cup. You understand? So I'm happy for 80. Happy their fans can actually get something to smile about. You understand? They could actually put the stuff, the political stuff, behind them and actually thinking of, listen, there are hopes, for a lot of these young people. And I can say this, maybe 99.9, a lot of these people not going to even be granted a US visa, because we're seeing the reports coming out about the Haitian fans. You understand? If they're going to apply for a US visa, it's just one of them things, man. It's just one of them things. But going into the weekend, Andre Blake, Romain Burrell, and Demarai Gray featured in this video. Also, Demarai Gray reacted to his very good performance, talking about the standard around Birmingham team as well. Burrell also reacted to his goal as well, scoring that late clincher for QPR, at home versus think Norwich. Is it Norwich? No, versus All City. You understand? Demarai Gray 2 assists versus Norwich City. So Birmingham, keeping up their good work at home. QPR, I think this is back-to-back win. Got that win, before the international break, and get this win the start of the start of the return of the break, getting that win as well. So it's important, you understand? So let's see. Romain Burrell is hot and firm at this moment. He's one of the hottest striker in the EFL, since the start of the year. So I'm going to get into that. But Andre Blake, his season has come to an end. they lost that big game at Subaru Park yesterday versus NYFC. Look, as much as NYFC is my MLST, just can't get that one over the line. But New York City seems like they have their ticket when it comes down to these big games. So actually, it was a remarkable save by Andre Blake in that game last night as well. It was all over social media the moment it happened. It only took like 5 to 10 minutes. Then it started to just trend, started to get a lot of attraction, and he called upon on something serious like this, where it's going to take a physical test on his body to get the ball out, get the ball from away from his goal. He's going to go down injured. So I guess, the 35-year-old player, is reaching that point where at one point, man, he's going to have to, leave the football before the football leave you. And I want to say that shout out to Blakey. He's in top form. I think he played like 24 games, started in 24. This season, I think he got like 2-3 different type of injuries. He had like 9 clean sheet. So he was one of the top MLS performer as goalkeeper in that department as well. As I can see, he have the best goal conceded rate. Yeah, he has best goal conceded rate in the MLS, 0.90. So he's like, he concede a goal, every, less than a minute. Less than a minute, he conceded a goal. Other goalkeepers concede goal like every 5 minutes or so. But yeah, Andre Blake, man, best goal conceded rate in the MLS, 0.990. You understand? So this is what Andre Blake went through over the weekend, which was late last night. So moving away a little bit from Andre Blake, Demarai Gray. Demarai Gray, I want to say it wasn't the best. You understand? It wasn't the best international break for Demi. And a lot of people were excited that Demarai Gray, coming back, to the national team, especially in this crucial phase where he's on very good form for Birmingham, and he left, Birmingham before the international break. After the international break, he picked up what he left off from during his time, for Birmingham City. But he just couldn't make that transition. Another thing, I think Demi, let's go to the interview that Demi did, his reaction to his very good performance versus Norwich City, in the cold, rainy night in Birmingham City.
Well, Demarai, what a week, what a game, what a performance. Would you say that's your best performance in blue shirt?
Possibly. Thought I did alright against Oxford as well. I don't know, but that's what I need to be doing week in, week out, contributing, especially as a wide player. Our role is to get goals and assists and add to the team in that way. But no, I'm really happy with my performance today, but the team's performance as well. I think we dominated. I think we was ruthless, and I think we could have got a few more as well. But overall, I'm happy and looking forward to Wednesday. It's all things that the gaffer's big on. You mentioned before the game about making that run early on, and it paid off. And pressing the intensity that we play at, something the gaffer's big on as well. So we all know our roles and responsibilities, and I think as long as we deliver them on the pitch, we'll get rewarded.
Absolutely. And how are you feeling, like fitness-wise? Because you're looking sharper and sharper week in, week out.
I felt decent today. Over the last few weeks, not as sharp, but it's a long season. I'm still adapting back to this intensity of football. Obviously, having played away for a few years, because the difference in intensity, is it's a big difference. So I think my body's been coping well. Today I felt great, and I'll recover as best as possible.
So look, you can hear Demi talking about the standard, like the coach, the demand of the coach. Like he expect the players to perform at a level, and you can hear it in his reaction as well. And you could hear it as well that, listen, playing in Saudi and playing in the championship, it's a different level. And playing in a championship, which coming off an international break, long flight from the Caribbean to back to England, it's like 7-8 hour flight, take a little bit of a toll on your body as well, recover as well. He's going to be available again for a game midweek. So the championship, the demand, for him, in terms of the games coming very thick and fast, it's going to take a toll on his body. So he's going to have to make sure that he stay healthy as possible. But it's just the simple little things around the environment that can keep a player and in his tic-tac shape, where the environment, the standard, the level of where the dressing room set the standard. You understand? If you could put the bar up here, like, listen, this is where every player should be in around the Birmingham team. The coach making it sure that his point of duty, he makes sure the players raise the standard and the bar in the dressing room. And he makes sure, look, everything stays to that level and doesn't drop below waistline. So it's different environment, man. It's different, but that's not going to stop us from saying, hey, Demi, you should have done a lot more better on international duty during the time for the reggaeboyz versus Curacao and Trinidad and Tobago. He was a shadow of himself down in Trinidad and Tobago. Didn't give us anything, but when he returned back to the Blues, he gave everything on that pitch. But I think he set up one of the goal, he pressed and he won that ball. I think it's the second time he's doing that since he returned back. So the urgency on the ball, again, it's all about the system. It's all about the team. It's all about the expectation as well. If you don't follow up with these expectations, someone going to grab you and hold you accountable for your action on the pitch. So these things, very, very key part around the national team as well. But you're not hearing these stuff that, Chris Davis, the Leicester coach, the Birmingham coach speaking, and you could hear them, making the comparison as well. The coach hold these players at a high regard of keep that level, keep that standard going. And also the fans, don't mess with the tribe. Don't mess with the tribe in England. The fans, they are very passionate and they will make their voice heard, and they will make your space be uncomfortable if it's not going your way, much less you are not giving 100 for the crest. You understand? So, Demi, man, hopefully it can continue, but I mean, these players, they're going to get a long all rest. You're talking about the next international break coming up in March. So it's all about what the boys going to do for their club, and we're going to react to that as well. So Demi is one of the best winger in the championship this season. 7 goals, contributions so far, 3 goals and 4 assists. The 2 he grabbed over the weekend and Saturday versus Norwich City at home in the wet, cold night in Birmingham City. So big up to Demarai Gray, big up to Birmingham City. They're climbing up the ladder. And also the man of the moment, who have scored in the 4th consecutive game for Queen's Park Rangers, Romain Burrell, the man himself. The last time a player scored in 4 consecutive league game, it was back in 2016. So that was like 9 years ago, the back end of the 2015-2016 season in April, and the player who hold that record, he scored in 5 consecutive league games in a row, is Sherry. You understand? So hopefully the next game that's coming up on Wednesday, I think, for Queen's Park Rangers, hopefully Romain Perraud can actually, equal that record as well. But for this year alone, Burrell scored almost 20 league goals. I think he scored like 11 for Burton Albion or 10, but I think it's 11, with 1 assist in 2025, and scored 5 in the last 7 games for Queen's Park Rangers.
Nice football. Clark Salter swinging one in, and it did the tackle. Kone and Romain Burrell both denied by a combination of goalkeeper and defender. It's Ryan Giles with the all-important clearance after Hull City have won it back and immediately give the ball straight back to Queen's Park Rangers, and Dembele loves to run with it. Perfect pass, he's picked out Romain Burrell. Certainly big coat weather. Absolutely rancid conditions in West London. Andor standing up well to the side foot effort from Burrell. Dembele, chair, shots blocked, Romain Burrell! The flag stays down on the near side. And QPR have twice come from behind to lead against Hull City. The calmest of finishes from the QPR number 16. We need a second look at this. He is clearly onside. Played on at the far post.
So Burrell is a very, very good Nika farm at this moment. So if you look at even the goals that Burrell scored, like, it's always the reaction, it's always the timing of put himself in the right position. How much time? We're going to say that as well. And if you look at the ball that, you know, he, as I said, Burrell is a player. He's going to be non-stop running on that pitch. He's a fit lad. He willing to do the press. He willing to do the dirty work, and also willing to press as make sure that he is the first line of defense for the Queen's Park Rangers team. And it seems that he's a player at this moment. He's one of the first. He's one of the first attacking player that nowadays is the first one on the list for Queen's Park Rangers. And he is loving life at this moment in West London. You know, so Burrell, man, not the best of international break. You know, didn't play a minute in that Curacao game, but he was like a headless chicken, you know, in that Trinidad game away. But it's just a continued history of reggaeboy players starting in that number 9 position. You go back to the Gold Cup, Warner Brown was like a headless chicken, pressing, running all over. No real organization in that final third. You know, and even if you look at it again, after the Gold Cup, what happened? You know, Big Bowser, you know, in the World Cup qualifier win. He's a man of himself up there, you know, headless chicken. So the organization and the shape and the organization for the number 9s in the reggaeboy team is just not good. You understand? The players just continue to be a solo figure up front. So it's not even the Burrell fault. It's not even the Bailey Kadamatier fault. You know, even go back to, I think, the September window when Bailey Kadamatier came in and he missed so many opportunities versus Bermuda. But the solo goal that he scored in the office versus Trinidad, it was all what he did by himself, his own physical strength, his own upper body strength, and to get in behind that Trinidad team. You understand? So I think one of the reasons, you know, players struggle, no creativity, you know, in the midfield, you know, lack of movement in the midfield, you know, look, it's just dead and dry, you know, no real ball playing player in that midfield. So the number 9 is going to struggle just like a Burrell, man. So, but when they go back to their club team, they're going to go back in a right shape. They're going to go back in a system that's set up perfect, that suit them well as well. And also the team actually coach, and I'm not going to leave this out, the standard around these players' club team is just way different from the national team. So I'm not surprised that Burrell players like these, you know, going to continue to score goals. And I feel like this player, if he's going to continue, man, you know, he's going to be a very key player for Queen's Park Rangers. And the fans, they are loving him at this moment. You understand? He's just like a fox in a box, you know? So that's Romain Burrell for you. But this is what he said. You know, this is like a short reaction of the goal, the game-winning goal that he scored at Loftus Road versus Hull City.
Romain, another winning goal. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. After hard work performance by the boys, you know, the fans came out in their numbers and great support all around. Happy.
Billy had the initial shot and then it fell to you. A lovely first-time finish.
Yeah, just got a knack of being in the right place, so I'm happy.
And a busy week for us, but a great start to it.
Yeah, no, really great start to it. Good start to our run. Go on a run of games now and get wins back to back.
And just finally, 4 games without a win. How good was it to be back to winning ways today?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. I've been wanting that winning feeling for a while now. So amazing.
Enjoy your night, guys.
Yeah, so that was the reaction of what happened over the weekend, man. So yeah, bless up on yourself. Again, you know, today's Monday, also tomorrow there will be midweek fixtures for the Reggae Boy players as well. So big up to everybody that's tuning in. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Ciao.